Narrated Aisha. Whenever the Prophet, peace be upon him, took a bath after janaba, he started by washing his hands and then performed ablution like that for the prayer. After that he would put his fingers in water and move the roots of his hair with them, and then pour 3 handfuls of water over his head and then pour over his water all body. Narrated Maymunah. The wife of the Prophet, Allah's Messenger peace be upon him, performed ablution like that for the prayer but did not wash his feet. He washed off the discharge from his private parts and then poured water over his body. He withdrew his feet from that place, the place where he took the bath, and then washed them. And that was his way of taking the bath of janaba. Narrated Aisha. The Prophet peace be upon him, and I used to take a bath from a single pot called farik. Narrated Abu Salama. Aisha's brother and I went to Aisha and he asked her about the bath of the Prophet. She brought a pot containing about a sa of water and took a bath and poured it over her head, and at that time there was a screen between her and us. Narrated Abu Ja'far. While I and my father were with Jabir bin Abdullah, some people asked him about taking a bath. He replied, "A sa of water is sufficient for you." A man said, "A sa is not sufficient for me." Jabir said, "A sa was sufficient for one who had more hair than you and was better than you," meaning the Prophet. And then Jabir put on his garment and led the prayer. Narrated Ibn Abbas. The Prophet peace be upon him and Maymunah used to take a bath from a single pot. Narrated Jubair bin Mut'im. Allah's Messenger peace be upon him said, "As for me, I pour water 3 times on my head," and he pointed with both his hands. Narrated Jabir bin Abdullah. The Prophet peace be upon him used to pour water 3 times on his head. Narrated Abu Ja'far. Jabir bin Abdullah said to me, "Your cousin Hassan bin Muhammad bin al-Hanafiya came to me and asked about the bath of janaba." I replied, "The Prophet peace be upon him uses to take 3 handfuls of water, pour them on his head, and then pour more water over his body." Al-Hassan said to me, "I am a hairy man?" I replied, "The Prophet peace be upon him had more hair than you." Narrated Maymunah. I placed water for the bath of the Prophet. He washed his hands twice or thrice and then poured water on his left hand and washed his private parts. He rubbed his hands over the earth and cleaned them, rinsed his mouth, washed his nose by putting water in it and blowing it out, washed his face and both forearms, and then poured water over his body. Then he withdrew from that place and washed his feet. Narrated Aisha. Whenever the Prophet peace be upon him took the bath of janaba, sexual relation or wet dream, he asked for the hilab or some other scent. He used to take it in his hand, rub it first over the right side of his head, and then over the left, and then rub the middle of his head with both hands. Narrated Maymunah. I placed water for the bath of the Prophet peace be upon him, and he poured water with his right hand on his left, and washed them. Then he washed his private parts and rubbed his hands on the ground, washed them with water, rinsed his mouth and washed his nose by putting water in it, blowing it out, washed his face and poured water on his head. He withdrew from that place and washed his feet. A piece of cloth towel was given to him, but he did not use it. Narrated Maymunah. The Prophet peace be upon him took the bath of janaba, sexual relation or wet dream. He first cleaned his private parts with his hand, and then rubbed that hand on the wall earth and washed it. Then he performed ablution like that for the prayer, and after the bath he washed his feet. Narrated Aisha. The Prophet peace be upon him and I used to take a bath from a single pot of water, and our hands used to go in the pot after each other in turn. Narrated Aisha. Whenever Allah's Messenger peace be upon him took a bath of janaba, he washed his hands first. Narrated Aisha. The Prophet peace be upon him and I used to take a bath from a single pot of water after janaba. Narrated Anas bin Malik. The Prophet peace be upon him and one of his wives used to take a bath from a single pot of water. Shubi'a added to Anas' statement, after the janaba,